All you have to do is close your eyes and listen.
Welcome to episode 36 of TSGG Chat. I'm your host, Kevin Bork. With me this week, we've got Kailey. Hey, Kailey.
Hello.
Brett. What's going on, Brett?
Kailey is with a C today, by the way.
Yeah, watch out.
She's a little salty.
What's going on,
doing
Brett?
well.
Brennan, how you feeling?
I'm good.
He nodded like we could all see.
Yeah, everybody
we
saw
just
him.
heard the rocks in his head roll
All of
around.
our audio listeners can definitely see you.
Very good.
He's barely hanging on. He's had a rough weekend.
He had surgery.
He did.
I don't know why you put it like that.
Because it's funnier
for
that way.
suspense. It's for suspense.
Oh, okay, got you.
But he's doing all right. Good. Glad to have him back. This week, we've got a lot to talk about. We have our Kingdom Hearts 3 discussion. The boys here have been playing it and have completed it. So we'll get into that in a little bit. Got a bunch of news for you this week. The MK Combat Cast we streamed just wrapped up, and we're going to talk about that. And we have also played the open demo for Anthem, and we'll have reactions and impressions for that too. But first, follow us over on Twitter at TSGG. Subscribe to us at youtube.com/The Society. Watch us live at twitch.tv/TSGG Online. Get early access to us if you subscribe at patreon.com/TSGG. You can also watch us live over on Mixer. We have begun streaming there. What is our URL for Mixer, Brent?
Mixer.com/TSGG_online.
Yeah, so add that to your live playlist for us as well. As with any show, we must begin with the news. And we've got a bunch of it. We didn't get to touch on this last week, so it's kind of a little bit of a week old. But a trailer dropped for the next project from Bandai Namco in the Dragon Ball Z universe, titled Project Z. And this is an action RPG that in the trailer shows the story of Goku. Well, that's all you got. It was a cinematic of Goku's life, I guess you would say.
Story.
And the
Ascension.
The big, the ascension
godhood.
to the godhood, the big moments.
Mm-hmm.
So, where do you think this takes place? Are we going to play what we saw in the trailer, or is it after that?
Well, my actual question is this. If this is an RPG, can I be evil Goku?
Will you have choices?
Can I be Dark Goku?
I doubt you will have those types of choices.
That's what I'm interested in, because that would be awesome.
When I think action RPG, I think God of
Skill
War.
tree.
Right.
And that's an action RPG game of the year. And you don't really get to choose your
So much
side.
Yeah.
There is a little bit of choice there on how you go about doing things.
And side quests and stuff like
Yeah.
that really impact the game.
But no, I don't foresee you being able to do a dark Goku.
That's too bad.
I'm pretty sure you're just going to go through the story.
Well, there is a Dark Goku, though. There is a storyline with that.
Yeah.
There is.
So I'd be interested to see that.
Kamehameha Earth to start the game, so they don't want to give me those choices.
Game over. Brennan has blown up the planet.
Credits rolled in 6 seconds.
Fastest playthrough ever.
An unintentional speed run.
Frieza just stares off in space like, dude.
He didn't even make it.
That was my planet.
What?
Just keeps flying.
Just turns back
I
around.
hope it's like his full life, and then after that, just let me play as Gohan because he's better.
Yes.
Future Trunks all day long. Give me the sword.
Well, I mean, if
I'm
we're
with
not
you.
going into Vegeta's life,
Vegeta
and
is
his
part of Goku.
children.
Yeah.
If you think about like the old one on PS2, what was that? Budokai?
Yeah.
That was kind of a it wasn't an RPG
Is that
because
the
it was
one we
very
played?
linear. Yeah.
Oh, that was fun.
And you got to
The
play as all
Majin
the
Buu
heroes.
was the best,
yeah.
too.
That was the final boss, actually, of the of that game.
Top that bottle.
But when you think about that, you did get to play as each character. So I'd be interested to see, because if it does follow his life, like Kailey said, there were instances where the story arcs of the anime focused more on other characters at a time.
Yeah.
Think Vegeta,
Game
Future
was
Trunks
lit.
had his own story arc. So it could show us all this, or if they want to focus
Z
on
was
Goku,
supposed to
it's going to be Goku.
Gohan's story, but they kept changing it because fans wanted Goku.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's
Goku is the
Gohan was supposed
cornerstone.
to be stronger than Goku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not
supposed
but
to be.
He was supposed to be, but he's not now.
People just
Now you
love
got-
Goku.
Got Ultra Instinct Goku with his super high pitched voice. Hate his voice.
Well, I'm not sure if they showed those titles, but they
Mhm.
did. I think they started by showing Xenoverse,
Right.
and then they showed
Xenoverse?
Xenoverse, however you say it,
Xenoverse.
Xenoverse.
Xenoverse. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
I was thinking
The Bandai Namco games.
yeah,
They,
yeah.
In this trailer,
The
they started
fighters.
out by showing Xenoverse, and then they showed Fighters, and then they said this is the next one. But in Fighters, there was a story mode there too,
Mhm.
and it was pretty well done.
I
And
mean,
it
with
had
that,
its
you
own
just
character
fought.
and everything. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
kind of fight through and have like the epic moments, and
Right.
you just do the fights.
That's kind of the stuff you expect in the fighter story modes. Are the
Yeah, that's what I expect in the fighter story mode. I don't expect that here. I expect you're actually going to be doing things.
Right.
And
Like more of an
Well,
open world.
if they're
Yeah,
giving
you're
an
gonna
action
be-
RPG title, it has to have
Yeah.
more than that. It has to.
That's
you're
what
going to be
I'm
earning
hoping for.
skills, stuff like that. Like
Mhm.
your Kamehameha wave may start out, you may not even have it,
Right.
and you got to
Especially if
learn
you
it.
start.
That
as
would be really
little
awesome
Goku.
if you could.
Well, little Goku could kind of do it immediately, but like
Not-
But you have to go
Yeah, they'll learn.
and
It's
train.
25 episodes in.
You have to go find
Roshi.
Kame House.
Yeah, of course, Master Roshi,
Like it's
And
not
train with
there
him.
for you
And
on
you
the
can-
map. You have to find it.
and you can learn it in 4 seconds,
Get
like Goku
companions
did.
fused together. Get Gogeta. That's all I want.
Go Tanks.
Yeah, he's right.
Fight bro.
Anything with Trunks in it is good.
It's true.
Oh,
Silver
you
hair,
guys love
silver-haired
Trunks.
anime
This is
character.
why-
The first thing I would
Another
do
reason we
is
said Crocs
Kamehameha
for them.
Trunks.
No,
Then.
silver hair anime characters always turn into my favorite. Killua and Hunter x Hunter is absolutely my favorite. Trunks.
Bulma would get the smackdown because of you two. Long before she and Vegeta got together.
Bulma. I might smack her down just because.
Vegeta
I mean, she's
sure
brilliant.
doesn't like that
and
when she gets smacked
you
down.
wouldn't have been able to have any of Dragon Ball or Z without her.
I know.
Yeah.
I hated her character in Dragon Ball. Her boyfriend craziness. She was gonna wish
Oh.
for a boyfriend.
She was. That's why she was going after
Through the
the
Dragon
balls.
Ball.
Well, that's why I thought
That
it was
was
hilarious.
brutal.
That was it.
She's like, I'm the most brilliant woman on the planet, but I just want a boyfriend.
And
Yeah.
then
No, she wanted
Vegeta,
one
Prince of the Saiyans.
boyfriend. Yamcha.
Well,
They dated.
Yamcha couldn't
Yamcha
stay.
ruined it.
He did.
He couldn't stay true to her, so she
He
had
couldn't
to,
even beat Sabermen.
Trash.
Yamcha.
Yamcha.
But
he's
anyway,
slowed down
I-
too.
Back to Dragon Ball game Project Z, which is the working title. It's a working title, and you got that trailer, and they said it's releasing in 2019. So stay tuned for more. We're super excited about the future release of that.
They could do some great things with that.
Yeah. We have speculated that the Switch was going to maybe have a Switch Pro or something like that coming out this year.
That got knocked down.
It did get knocked down. The Nintendo president has gone on the record saying that a price cut and a successor to Switch are not being considered.
Not even a price cut.
Not even a price cut. They don't
I mean,
need to.
why
It's
would
Nintendo.
you? Yeah,
Need to.
it's,
they've
Although-
got their corner,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they are holding it. They
The
don't
game-
need to drop
So
it down.
much at it.
Although there is stirring that they are going to release a second version of the Switch this year, but it's going to be a smaller version.
why?
To make
I
it
don't know.
more mobile.
More portable.
But
I
it's
guess.
already.
I know. That's just where we're at right now. So also in the news, we had the MK's Combat Cast today. We live streamed it for any of you that were there. Thank you for showing up and hanging out with us. Today we got to see Cabal revealed and in action. What What do you guys think about Cabal?
We didn't just get Cabal today. Don't forget. We got Devora.
Don't forget. Oh yeah, we did. So
We didn't get
that didn't take place in the MK Combat Cast. That was actually, they said go watch Mixer's Inside Xbox because they were doing a reveal on there today as well. And they revealed Devora over there at the Inside Xbox event. And also, a few days ago, they, as in Netherrealm, revealed Kano.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 characters, 3 more characters added to the roster.
And another one next week.
And one more
Also
next week.
female.
And it's going to be a female. The female.
Snake lady.
I'm telling you, if they release a Snake Lady character, I'm playing it, and you're all going to die to my Venom.
So Kano's image, if you haven't seen it, it looks very similar to the first film Kano, which they're definitely not doing that, but it's a very younger Kano. So
Very younger.
the timeline
That's excellent English.
Chronica is I don't even know what to say anymore. He just blew my mind right there. Chronica is definitely playing with time, and you can see that the skins, you're going to have such variety is what I was trying to get
Well, my
to.
question with this is, so because
Skins and gear. Don't forget
because
gear.
Chronica is bringing in so many, like, this is young Kano, but we
By the
see
way, actually,
we
before
saw
you
Sonya was
continue
old.
with that. Skins and gear function separately, so you can like choose the skin, then the gear is also going to change depending on which one you select. So
Yeah, the
you
customization
could
in this
get
game.
some sick looking
When
setups.
we talked about the reveal, we didn't really go into customization. We said we were going to get back to it, and we never did.
Right.
So, do you guys want to take a moment and talk about some of that
No,
customization?
I wanna-
I had like 2 pages
Conspiracy
of notes
theory
for
on-
that. So
Chronica right now is what I'm going to do.
All right, you go ahead.
So we're seeing,
why are you speculating?
because we saw young Kano here,
That's
but
what he's
then
gotta do.
we saw Sonya Blade today, and
It
she
was
looked.
also young Cabal.
We saw young Cabal,
Let's point that out. He's
Pre-
not burnt
pre-burn.
yet.
Oh, yes.
and we saw
did.
old Sonya Blade.
Is
so-
it really old Sonya Blade,
It's like
or is that just
60-year-old.
the way?
No,
She-
she looks like she's in her 40s.
Yeah, she does, right? Yeah,
I thought 50s.
She's 50, 60.
50s.
She looked
Cassie
older.
Cage exists at this point. Cassie's
Yeah.
gotta be
So
like
what I'm
near
thinking
30,
is, she
so-
blending? Is Chronica blending all of these timelines?
Yes.
Because she's pulling from. She can just grab each character and bring them through time into how she wants
the
them.
current event.
So we're
yes.
going to see completely different
So you're
characters
saying
from each timeline.
you're saying you could see 50-year-old Sonya fight
30-year-old
30-year-old
Sonya.
Kano.
No. What I'm saying is, could we
Yes,
see
we could see that.
these same characters at different times?
Fight themselves.
Yes. So we could see like 30-year-old Sonya versus a 50-year-old Sonya, and so you could see the difference based on which timeline they were basically perceived from or grabbed from.
So we could potentially see a young Johnny Cage make fun of an old Johnny Cage.
Correct. So that's what I'm considering, because if
Old
Chronica
Johnny
has
Cage
this
gonna
ability,
die in this one, so I have
Ugh.
fairly good.
so what
feeling.
if
Morbid.
young Johnny Cage is saved by old Johnny Cage, and that's how old Johnny Cage becomes? You know what I'm saying? Because the
Dead.
timelines
Dead?
are all over the place now. So if they're gonna do this where they're pulling from all these different timelines, you're gonna see some loops where
So
suddenly there's this person fighting this person, and it's the same person. They're just 30 years apart.
essentially, in these previous MK storylines that you play through, you do play as most of the characters, but it tends to
most.
it tends to like surround one character. Though.
Right. One, like Johnny Cage in
Whose
10.
whose story
Cassie
is this?
Cage.
Whose story is
10.
this one?
Sir.
Well, Johnny Cage was like your main in the beginning,
no, that
and
was
then it
9.
swapped.
9 was
swapped
Johnny's
over.
game. 10 was Cassie's.
Whose story is this?
11,
9 was Liu Kang anyway.
Would it be Geras?
You
No.
start 9 as Johnny.
Yeah.
You end 9, well, before Shao Kahn as Johnny. It's Johnny's.
You start 10
Yeah,
as Johnny and
you do.
end 10 as Johnny, but then
No,
Cassie
you end
takes
as
over.
Cassie. Yeah.
Right. But you
It was
fight
like
as
the
Johnny.
transition
Yes,
from Johnny
correct.
to
but
his
he's
daughter.
still
Cassie,
main
yeah.
in there.
Sure. Who is 11
You
story?
end,
I'm
you
gonna
end
say
9 with Raiden anyway, don't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
Raiden versus Shao Kahn.
So I would say that that's Raiden's story.
No, this is gonna be Raiden's story.
I think this is Shinnok's story.
Ew.
I do. Because she came and said to Shinnok, this is not how you were supposed to end.
Yeah, it's
And
not
she
about
grabs
Shinnok.
him and takes him. And
It's-
I think,
His head.
It's about removing. It's not how Raiden is supposed to be. Raiden is not supposed to be an elder god.
So it's definitely not Raiden's story.
No, it's not Raiden's story, but I think Raiden is
Raiden's the
actually the end.
antagonist,
I think
so.
he's the final boss. Is Raiden?
I don't think so.
I think so. I think Elder God Raiden
I think
is
Chronica is
who you're
probably the
attempting to
final
remove.
boss.
I don't think she's going
No,
to be.
I think
No.
Chronica acts as like an Onaga in.
I think it's going to be Onaga.
Oh, you think so?
I think he's coming back.
I think she acts as the Onaga.
I think he's
in
coming
the
back because
monks.
of what we saw on the Shao Kahn.
This is why we shouldn't go into speculation.
Well, no, see, we're way off topic now. I'm sorry, listeners, but you probably enjoyed it. All right.
We know he did.
Yeah.
But I'd be interested to see
So
that.
anyway, what did you think about Cabal?
He's speed, so that's me.
So that's your new spam technique?
Right.
Okay, good.
He can spam the Nomad Dash, so he's in.
He's in.
Correct.
Unless Melina shows up.
And then I can
he's
meter
taking
burn it and
And he's got to
Do
do
it
the barrel
twice.
roll again and again and again. And
no,
again.
because he has one that's just like the barrel roll.
So Scarlet as a TP, confirmed.
Yep.
My main.
We got to watch that.
Yeah, we got to see Sub-Zero in action, Scarlet in action. They had their own little tournament.
I like what they've done with Sub-Zero. They turned him from more of a defense type where he used to have the sculpture that would freeze you if you touched it. They've turned him more into an attack type.
Yep.
He's got axes that form. He's got, instead of like, his walls are now made to punch you into them
Yeah.
or to.
I like it. I like the
I like
change,
what they've
too.
done to that.
Yeah, he's more on the aggressive side.
Right.
Which is nice. Because for the past 2 games, he's been defensive. In 9, almost, for me, unplayable. It was that bad. He was super slow in 9. Yeah, so they didn't really play very well with Geras at all. Whoever was playing with him.
It was that's because they took it away from the pros.
Yeah.
So they gave, well, the one guy was pro actually.
But he said it was his first time.
Right. He hadn't played
He
it in a
only
long
got
time.
a chance to play it 15 minutes before.
Yeah.
Right.
So I am actually interested to see how Geras performs.
He
Well, if
when
you
I said
watched any of the
Jax,
videos I sent to you, he performs very well.
Yeah, but those are pre-alpha builds, which are subject to change.
I mean, that's everything we're seeing right now is
True,
subject to
true.
change.
Here's some news. Larry Herb, Major Nelson over at Xbox, put out a tweet, and he said, thanks to Xbox fan feedback, you can now share your game captures directly to your favorite social platforms from the Xbox app for iOS and Android. And you can even save captures directly to your phone to customize via your camera roll. And then he posted a link to download the app. That's a really cool function.
I knew you'd like that.
I love the app.
You gonna give me credit for that?
Yeah, you get credit for
Thank
that.
you. That's all I need in this life.
You happy?
When I
Credit
saw it though,
for
I knew
Kevin.
you'd like that a lot.
Yeah, that was right.
And it was perfect timing because we had just been taking all those pictures of Anthem, and
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is like perfect.
Yeah, and it's seamless. Like when
Mhm.
you save it to your camera roll, it just saves right in.
Right.
And it looks great. Like you don't lose any quality of the image. And then you can do enhancements if you have phone apps like any of the Adobe stuff or anything like that. You can do whatever you want to them.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. Another piece of news that's actually very shocking to me, and it's just how Sony is making this kind of money. I don't even understand it. But they are PlayStation Network alone in 2018 made more money than the entire Nintendo company.
That's really not shocking.
It is shocking because
Now you got to think they have 80 million consoles, 90 now? 90
yeah,
million?
this is just the PlayStation Network.
Yeah, so half the people buy a year-long subscription. What's 45 million times 60?
Actually, they said, what they have, 36 million subscribers, I think is
To
what the number
PlayStation
was.
Network.
Yeah.
So that's
Pretty close
more.
to
Those
half,
numbers
yeah.
are ginormous.
That's
It
more
makes
Pretty,
sense.
pretty close to half, which is unreal.
Well, that's more than Switches are even sold. So there's no way
Yeah.
that. Although I'd be interested to see next year now that Nintendo has their own online service.
Well, the way that they're starting to incorporate Xbox Live, I think they'll lean on that in the coming couple years here.
It's
Um,
interesting to me the way
because-
that these two companies are grouping together is like the fact that they're going to have Xbox Live on the Switch, which is news that I know you were going to share later on. I knew.
Oh, no,
as soon as
I mean,
Brennan
it
brought
fits
up.
here. It fits here.
Right. The fact that they're going to do that is incredible to me because of the fact that it for Xbox, you're giving your live service over to a whole different company, and for Nintendo,
A lot of
you're
different
giving
companies, actually.
What it is
Mobile
is
phones, too.
yeah,
they're trying to extend it out to 2 billion devices.
right.
Nintendo Switch included. This is a dev kit, essentially. What
Right.
Xbox Live is a kit that they're going to be giving out. They're going to unveil more info at GDC this year, which is, I think, the third week of March. So that's the Game Developers Conference. And so all the details will be there. Don't expect to see it
Soon.
probably for, I would say, 2 years.
Well, this in combination with their xCloud, I think, is kind of, they go hand in hand. So they want you to be able to access your games everywhere, and now you can access those games' online services everywhere. So I think that's what they're going for here, and I honestly think that's incredible. Even though I know you said you don't want to play your games handheld, that's still awesome to have that capability.
I mean, it's still nice if you want to take it with you and you don't want to have to worry about portability issues.
Right, and that's like their whole new thing right now is play your way, play on your device, whichever device you want, with
it's
who
okay.
you
Like, I'm not totally against it. I'm one of the people that is for the preservation of video games. I don't want it to be
Right.
online only, and then
GR.
when the servers get shut down,
They're down.
there goes your memories too. So,
Agreed.
remember that game that used to play back in the day? No, I don't,
why
because it was online only.
Still have Fable 2 on disc.
Yeah, well, you're not going to have
Forever
that
and ever.
opportunity. Although Sony's president came out and said that cloud gaming is the future. Don't expect it to be the recent or soon future.
Maybe they should get their cloud saves working correctly, huh?
Brennan's just a
It
bit
could be
hurt
user
by
error.
300 hours.
Well, I have my
just
Persona
disappeared.
5 data, so what happened to my 300 hours of Monster Hunter World
I
data?
don't know, my man. I don't know.
Sony
If
knows.
one carried
Garbage.
They know.
over, why didn't the other? Yeah, it could just be like Microsoft, who since 2008 has had cloud saves automatically sync between devices, but I guess with their
That's
work
one
in
feature
PCs,
Sony couldn't steal. But
I guess it just makes sense. But anyway, I'm sorry, I'm super bitter right now.
The fanboy is coming out.
it's a good time to
We
be
were-
an Xbox fan.
We were worried about me being salty.
Let me
That's
tell
just-
you, it's a good time.
That's
It
a
is
lot
a
of
good time.
hours
It's
in
a
a very
very good
game
time
that I've lost,
to be an
unfortunately.
Xbox fan because Detroit developer
Oh.
Quantic Dream
Do I get credit
has
for this one?
gone multi-platform after an investment from NetEase. Credit goes to Brennan.
Thank you.
Do you feel good?
I feel used.
Just wait until later.
Whoa.
So that's pretty big news actually. I thought that the news, they had been teasing that they were going to have
On all
an
fronts.
announcement this year, and I thought that they were actually going to announce that they were going to fully become a Sony first party studio.
And said they went opposite.
Was I wrong? Completely wrong. I did not foresee this happening at all because most of their releases have been
Sony
first party.
exclusives.
Yeah. So them announcing that they're going multi-platform after an investment from an outside company is huge news.
I mean, when you think about
I'm
it,
pretty
it's
excited.
just
I'm a big Heavy Rain fan. Did not so much Detroit
I don't know
Like
why,
I
man.
said,
It was a really good game.
Walking Simulator, but Heavy Rain was fantastic.
Well,
so to
that's
get
why.
that on Xbox,
It's a full price game. We didn't view it as full price worth. That's why we
But
didn't like it.
Heavy Rain was a full price game, and it's a
Not when
walking
I bought
simulator.
No, we got it for free. So that's probably why. Because he would probably hate it if he had paid $60 for that as well.
I don't know. It's a
There's
pretty
plenty
good
of enjoyment in Detroit. I liked it a lot.
No, I don't see any
All the
problem with
different
that there.
ways you can go. The graphics, some of the best
Yeah,
of
but
the
you didn't do
generation.
anything
Sublime.
with them. That's the problem. You didn't do anything with them.
What? No, you're playing a story.
I
That's
know.
what-
That's why we just. I understand where you're coming from. That it's a good game to you, but I just can't view it that way because it's just
'Cause
such
you
a
don't
Not
lack
like
consider
a
of
it the content.
$60
content.
price point.
It's such a lack of content for me.
And content's our biggest thing.
It is
as all
content.
of
It's
our
100% content. It's just
Yeah.
no action.
fans know. Yeah,
Correct.
it's like a
That's,
9-hour
Not your
that's the
game.
difference.
It's
Just
like a
because it's
9-hour game.
not
too.
your
It's
style.
100% story driven
matters.
versus
Right, exactly. It's
Pew,
not my
pew, pew.
style.
I'm not paying $6 an hour for this game. So
I mean,
That's
Content
like
I
paying
thought-
$10
I
an
thought
hour
the-
for Cthulhu.
No, there's
I was
way
never
more
gonna
than
do that.
9 hours of gameplay here.
I thought that
If you
the
replay it,
level
for
of
sure.
writing
That's-
and the interest in the character development was easily worth $6 an hour.
You can't get all of the storylines in 9 hours. You have to replay it to get the other variety and variances, or you can go on YouTube and watch it all. That's up to you.
that's
For
what I
free.
did.
You're ruining the experience that way.
I enjoyed it.
Well, if you
Okay,
enjoyed
guy who
watching
flips
it,
the
you
last
would love
chapter and
playing
reads
it.
the last paragraph of the book.
No, I don't watch the ending. I watch the full game. That's how I watched Resident Evil 2 be played.
To be fair, if
I would
it
buy the
was
remake,
an
though.
Xbox exclusive, he would have gave it an SS.
That's true.
True.
That's so
Forza
true.
did not receive an SS,
that's because you
nor
suck at racing
did
games.
State of Decay, which I'm very good at.
Either.
I am not being biased. I'm merely saying it does not appear to be
Because it's no longer a
full-price
Sony
game
exclusive.
to me.
You just
Yeah, you can't be
just
biased
announced
anymore.
it.
You can't do it.
It's still not good.
Yeah, which is why he was excited now.
But yeah, it's great.
Whereas
great
before, when he said it was
Well,
announcing trash.
for Quantic
I mean,
Dreams.
I would
Yeah.
always said that. But honestly, the story development and stuff that you guys are saying are excellent. So I'd like to see them make a full game. That'd be cool.
It is a full game.
game.
Oh my gosh.
A game more in tune with what we look for in games.
How are you going to feel
Is that better?
How
if
are you
Anthem
gonna make
has
that
6
into a-
hours of story?
I wouldn't care.
Did you play the demo with us?
Yeah,
Yeah, I did. We played one story mission. That was it.
And I'd
And-
redo that for eternity.
No,
I would
to
free
me,
play
I
for
would not be
eternity.
able. I would not be interested in playing that game whatsoever if it had no story. That's why I hated Destiny. That's why I hated Destiny 2. They sucked because
Destiny
there's
had no
no
content.
story. Nothing. I don't want to sit there and go pew pew pew, shoot a loot cave forever because that's boring as hell.
I'll do it.
That was
Shot that loot
that was
cave.
an exploit, is all I'm saying.
I shot the hell out of
But
that loot
that's the
cave.
thing. It's like, okay,
Kev's
we'll
like,
just
"Oh,
do
God,
it
I
on
spent
repeat,
40
but there's no
hours at that
challenge,
loot cave."
there's no interest, there's no reason to play.
Listen, I soloed
Because
an
there's
Ash Titan, and that was
nothing.
pretty difficult.
You see, a looter shooter, the whole point is to grind loot. That's the point of the
Not
game.
when they're telling you
I mean, you're gonna get
that it has
it's gonna have
a compelling
content.
story.
You're gonna have content.
I mean-
I don't know that the story is going to be.
Super compelling.
From a BioWare
I mean, it'll be a
game,
good.
I
It'll be a
expect-
great
I
story,
expect
but I don't expect
side
it to be
characters
long.
have a lot of interesting stories. I expect there
Yeah.
to be some sort of interesting human aspect to want to play in addition to the fun grinding stuff. But if it cannot be one without the other. But expecting from BioWare that there's certain things that they're good at doing,
Mm-hmm.
which is story driven.
I mean, if you talk to
Experiences.
4 people in the
Just
demo
Just like
that you can
Quantic,
talk to,
just like Quantic
you
Dream,
saw
though,
the writing
you
already.
know that they're walking simulators that are completely story driven.
Yeah.
Expecting something that's not part of what they do and going,
why we
well,
didn't
this
purchase
sucks
it.
as a game.
no, it's
It's just not-
not a
not very
full-price
fair.
game.
It is a full price game.
We know that's the issue. That's
where I
always been
disagree.
our problem with it. We don't. It's not in line with a game that we would play, and it's not in line with a game.
But you can't sit
that
there
I'm
and tell
comfortable with.
people it's not a full price game because it's not your style.
I just.
In my opinion,
That's like
it's not a
saying
full-price game.
Madden NFL is not a full price game
I
because
don't
all you
think
do
it
is
should
play
be.
football.
Madden should be a free-to-play game with all the microtransactions.
Correct.
Yikes.
No, that one I'm not actually going to argue with.
Yeah, so should COD.
But I will
honestly, at
argue
this
with
point.
I would honestly argue that most games should be free to play with the microtransactions. If you have
I
microtransactions,
do
in
not
your
support
game, it should
that at
be.
all.
Look at Apex. Apex is fantastic. They
So
announced it.
says you.
Play it for 10 minutes, you'd be like, wow, guys, can we launch again?
We'll reassess after next week.
But yeah, so
Regardless,
anywho, great for Quantic Dreams. That went
Yep.
in a direction I wasn't expecting.
Regardless,
they listen to us for our opinions.
talking about
so.
Apex for a moment because that is huge news. Respawn Entertainment has done yesterday, as of yesterday, they announced a stream to showcase their brand new game, Apex Legends. Then they released the game right then and there. And they said, continue to watch the stream for a little while, and we're going to teach you about the game. And I think it lasted 15, 20 minutes.
Mhm.
And then by the end of the day, over 1 million players have been playing this game.
Well, they had a tournament with some of the biggest streamers in the world. They had Dr. Lupo. They had Courage JD. They had some of the Dr. Disrespect. They had some of the biggest streamers in the world play this game, and those guys had so much fun doing it.
So I'm not going to knock the game
Biggest issue right now is crashing.
because
It's
it's
the biggest knock you can
just
give for
it's
it.
just launched.
Exactly.
I'm not going to knock the game because it's a battle
Crashing.
royale and because it's free to play with microtransactions and everything. If they do it correctly, they're going to make a lot of money.
Microtransactions aren't even available yet.
Via PC Gamer, I have the list here of loot boxes and microtransactions guide
Mhm.
that they were given. So I'm going to skim through this and talk a little bit about what's going on in here with the currencies. So this is straight from Respawn to them and now to you. This is a breakdown. You're going to have 3 different currency systems in Apex Legends. You're going to have legend tokens.
Yep.
And these are earned by increasing your player level. Legend tokens can be earned even after reaching max player level. by gathering enough match XP. They can be used in the rotating shop to unlock exclusive recolors of legendary weapons and legendary skins, or to unlock new legends, aka characters. Then you have crafting medals.
Well, to put that one into perspective, I'm level 8 and I have 3,000 of those.
3,000 of the legend tokens?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool. And how long did it take you to get that? If you were to throw out hours?
Probably 2 hours we have been playing the game.
2 hours? So you're earning them pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm not a Battle Royale player either by any means, so my first couple games, I definitely wasn't playing well.
Right.
It took me probably the first half hour to get into the game, and then at that point I started finishing second, third, fourth, and so on, and then you start really earning them from that point, especially if you do things like one of the games I was solo. My 2 teammates died really early, and I clutched it out to third, and the game recognized that and was like, here's 600 tokens.
So you got rewarded for your performance. Also, they have crafting medals. These are dropped in Apex packs and can be used to craft specific cosmetic items such as legend skins, weapon skins, and more. And then you have Apex coins. These are a premium in-game currency that can be used to purchase Apex packs, cosmetic items in the rotating shop, and new legends. So, how much does it cost to unlock characters? Characters cost
$12K.
750 Apex points, which works out to about $7.50 real money. If you buy coins in larger quantities, you get a slightly better deal. Right now on their marketplace, you get 1,000 coins for $10. $20 gets you $21.50. $40 gets you $43.50. $60 gets you $6,700. $100 gets you $11,500. And alternatively, yeah, wanted to say that, but that's not what was written, so it threw me off. Alternatively, characters cost 12,000 legend tokens to unlock with in-game currency. So you can unlock them. And for cosmetics, you have character skins.
Don't forget, with EA Access, you're also given 1,000 coins up front.
Right, and that's a $5 a month subscription, and if you have EA Access, you get those coins.
And a 10% discount on the actual microtransactions inside the game as well.
Nice. So cosmetic items, these items can all be dropped in loot boxes or crafted under the Legends and Armory tabs, which house all the characters and weapons. Legendary tier skins cost 1,200 crafting materials or metals
sick too
to buy directly, and rare skins cost about 60. So the character skins at launch, there are 40 skins for each character across 4 tiers. You have regular, rare, epic, and legendary.
I have a couple legendaries already.
Nice. You also have character banners that show up as part of your player card, and they include the following unlockables. You have frames, poses, badges, and stat trackers. You have character quips, special dialogue lines for different situations. For example, kill quips and intro quips.
Finishers.
You have character finishers, special melee kill animations, and you have weapon skins. At launch, there are 40 skins for each weapon across 4 tiers, regular, rare, epic, and legendary. The shop itself is a bit different. As noted above, legend tokens differ from crafting materials in that you'll use them to buy exclusive legendary skins. You'll also be able to buy cosmetics with the real money Apex coins if you don't have enough crafting materials to unlock them. So how do loot boxes work? Loot boxes... What's that?
I thought that was a question. Never mind. Please continue.
I'm just reading from the thing. So they have a nice little...
breakdown?
Yeah. Loot boxes in Apex Legends only contain the cosmetics listed above, and you'll never get characters in them or gameplay-affecting items. You earn a loot box for each level up of your player level. Each loot box contains 3 items and is guaranteed to contain at least 1 rare tier item. Respawn has said that the system has built-in bad luck protection, which guarantees you a legendary every 30 packs.
Yep.
I've already gotten 2 legendaries.
It's more frequent than that, though, I would say.
I've opened 3 loot boxes.
Well, for the unlucky ones,
yeah,
you will guaranteed 1 per 30. One important detail is there are no duplicate items in these loot boxes. You'll never get a cosmetic that you already have.
That is important for EA.
Yeah.
I.e. World War II.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a pretty... And that's not even getting into the battle pass that they're going to be offering, so they have a lot of
I hope they
stuff.
let you earn that with legend points. The
Yeah.
battle pass
They probably will. It's a common practice.
started by Fortnite.
So the system that's in place here is one that I approve of. It's one that can be earned. Everything you can earn in game if you choose to grind it out, which
Well,
I'm okay with as long as the grind isn't. You got to put 1,000 hours in,
Right.
to get that item.
Is that
Yeah.
a Battlefront reference.
Yeah, that is a Battlefront
Um,
reference.
and they also impacted the game.
Yeah, they
For me,
sure
though,
did.
they use two of my favorite systems. They use the Fortnite system where you can buy what you get. You can see what you
buy.
get. Sorry. You see the skin, you like it, you can buy it. I love that, and I
the
think
storefront.
I
Yeah,
think
it's nice.
it allows you, if I want to spend my money on it, I can spend my money on it, and I get what I want. I don't have to go through a loot box. And then they also added the Overwatch system, where every level you get a loot box regardless. You don't have to go out and buy them. You can, of course, just like any other game, you can buy a loot box if you'd like, but you earn them by playing the game. So I love those two systems, and the fact that they've implemented them is a very good sign for EA. One, because the EA hate is real, regardless of what they're doing with Anthem. We saw
It doesn't
with-
matter. It doesn't matter what they do.
They're
They
going to
are
get
so
it.
negative. They're getting it.
Right. Which is
BioWare
funny
is
because
included in
I
this now.
tweeted about this because so is Respawn.
And Respawn too.
Because
Yeah.
I said with this and with Anthem coming out, there's two big wins for EA.
And
What are we going to see from the clickbait
Did
people?
you get trashed?
Oh yeah, of
You
course.
get trashed.
I straight called out clickbait people because
Yeah.
I was like, because you have to, if a company does something well, you have to compliment them for that the same way you're going to burn them for it if they do something poorly.
It's only fair.
Right. So for them, they
It's not
had
even just fair. It's just good journalistic practice. I
Right.
mean,
Apex
you
Legends.
report
Nobody
the
knew
truth.
anything about it for ever, and then suddenly they're like, "Hey guys, we're doing this stream. Come check us out."
It was sick. It's a sick game.
And the game
And by
launched,
the way, it launches. Stick around.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you more about it, and then go play it.
and it had 1 million players in 8 hours,
Yeah.
and it's free to
That's-
play.
That's great. Great for them.
The game's insane.
They're going to
It's
make a lot of money.
Super fun. It's easily. Everybody that listens knows I hate battle royales. I'll play this one.
That's surprising.
It's a
That's
fun.
That is
very
saying a lot.
surprising.
It's
To be fair as well, EA deserves a lot of the hate they're getting.
right.
They've been getting
of
the last
course.
couple years. Being voted the worst company repeatedly. I mean,
That doesn't help. And then
it's
implementing
Bethesda this year. That's all
loot
I'm
boxes into every game that you have,
saying.
and
a
not
great team.
understanding how loot boxes are supposed to work.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice to see them coming around,
Mm-hmm. And
especially with one of our most anticipated titles on the
Anthem.
horizon.
Yes, correct. Which is something that I did when I look through, because I did go to the microtransaction page and none of it's available yet, which surprised me because to have this many players jump in and not have that available, that you'd think that would be one of their first things. It's not
I
available.
don't think they were expecting to have 1 million
Yeah,
players
I
in
think
8
I
hours.
think the same.
They were
Honestly,
probably just hoping, I hope this works.
this
And
is the
then it's
best
like,
battle royale on the market.
Oh shit, this worked.
This is the best battle royale on the market. One thing you didn't touch on with the new stuff, each character that you unlock, each legend,
Yeah.
they have different abilities and different things that completely set this game apart from Blackout, Fortnite, these games, because
PUBG.
it is a looter. PUBG, I can't forget them. It is a looter where you have to go pick things up just like the others. Well, Blackout and Fortnite, or Blackout and PUBG. Fortnite's a little bit different there, but
Yeah, Fortnite's a lot different.
yeah.
Fortnite's on a whole other plane.
But you have your own abilities that completely. You have an ultimate ability. You have abilities that completely change this and make this a super fun game. To
Like
kind
me.
of put that into
I play a Caustic legend,
Mhm.
so he gets
he bought his with his EA access points. He is one of the 2 that are locked.
that you have to buy. So is tactical is a gas mine. You can plant it. When it goes off, you can see them highlighted in the gas, so you can see through it. So it's not obviously hurting you while helping
Right,
you. And of course, it does damage over time. And then the ultimate is basically a room clearing tear gas that you can also see through.
So is this more like Overwatch characters?
Yeah, a little bit because
They're
they have
heroes,
ultimate abilities.
Like heroes,
so it's-
right?
yeah.
Like I play Bloodhound, and he has a little tracker on his arm. I click it and it kind of scans the area. It'll tell me if there are hostiles in the area, and it'll highlight them on my screen where they were when I hit the scan. And then his ultimate ability is basically Call of the Hunt. I run faster,
Everything's outlined.
I see everything around me, and the hearing. If you have a nice headset, your hearing is improved. So there's these things completely separate this game from any other battle royale because there's nothing like this. On top of that, it's Titanfall. It's in the Titanfall universe, so the Titanfall guns are
You love them.
they're
Did
incredible.
you play Titanfall?
I did not.
Well, I love Titanfall too. It's in fact the only competitive shooter online that I'm good at. I commonly went 30-0, so it's hyped to get back into
Well,
these
we
games.
put a lot of time.
Stay
in
humble.
that. We put a lot of time in the Titanfall.
No, like COD I'm bad at, but Titanfall I don't know what
the
it
game,
was about it.
It's super fun, and you have the coolest feature that separates it. I'm completely leaving it out. If I die, my squad like completely die. Not only they don't have to
So
res
he
me,
gets downed, and then someone finishes him. So he's a corpse.
Yeah.
they can pick up my scanner, run to a revive post, res me completely, and my character will jump back into the game.
That's something I have not seen.
Battle Royale does not have that. I've
No.
done it.
You're out. You're out.
I've
a game
done
changer.
it twice.
Yeah, it is.
I've saved my teammates, and I've had it done for me. And this game completely focuses on teamwork. You have markings that you can do. If I find a piece of gear, I can mark it so that I don't have to. A lot of people don't like to play with mics online. I don't have to because I can mark things. I can say, if I
Pops up.
see an enemy, I can mark it with RB because we play on Xbox, and it'll pop up to my allies, hey, there's an enemy right here.
Oh, nice.
If I want to go in a direction, I can mark it and say, let's go explore over here, and each character has their own voice line for it.
And that's the point where the teammates ignore you and go somewhere else?
Well,
Yep.
if you're
If
me,
you're Brett,
if you're
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
you just do whatever
That's
you
what
want
they
and get kills
Die.
and then die.
We're going to be going more in depth with Apex Legends probably next week's episode.
There will be videos posted on our YouTube as well.
Correct.
Yeah, so check those out, youtube.com/The Society. Before we move on from the Battle Royale realm, I think it fitting that we talk about what happened over the weekend in Fortnite with the
The great debate
first
from you, huh,
the
Kevin?
first ever live concert from Marshmello.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Did you see the number of people that showed up?
Prolonged silence.
yeah,
10
I don't know
million.
where to begin with this because
10
this has
million
never
people.
happened.
Watch this.
No, 10 million players watched it.
Correct.
How many people watched it? We do not know.
Yeah.
High notes.
10 million players logged
Logged in.
into the game
Correct.
to watch it. A lot of those players are streamers that have thousands of people watching them.
Correct.
And a lot of people logged on to watch on their site as well.
Mm-hmm.
So the total number of how many people watched this in-game concert, we don't know. And that's just incredible. This is what, 10 minutes? I think it was 10
Oh, well, they
minutes
did
long.
it a couple times.
Yeah, but it was just repeated, though.
Right, yep.
I think the concert itself lasted 10 minutes. It's just something that separates Fortnite from the rest of the games, and it is the reason it is an early access game and is the number one game in the world, because they continue to do the things that are necessary to stay relevant and on top. And I don't see them going anywhere in a long time. I have said on this show and other places how I thought the end of Fortnite would be 2019. I don't think that anymore after seeing this. So congratulations to them and Marshmello for getting all that publicity, because now he's done. He's made.
I mean, he's been pretty big for a while. He's been in tournaments. He competed in a tournament with Ninja. They were duo partners. So he's been in the scene for a while. But it was very, very cool. He actually just got his own skin a couple days before, so it was kind of a teaser. He got the Marshmello skin in-game for Fortnite. And then to see the concert, which honestly I saw this and I was like, that's incredible. Why has this not been done before?
Yeah, and
And it was
it's
free.
something so simple that could have been done many times. And I have to admit, I did have a lot of fun trolling Courtney, telling her how lame and everything it was because she was getting so upset. So, yeah, no, this is a huge moment for video games, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention it.
I never played Second Life, but it kind of reminds me of what I thought some of the stuff that happened in Second Life was. Did you ever play the computer game?
Nope.
No, I like
It
my
was
first
basically
life.
But I mean,
It's basically just another well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a Second Life. Like it's a
yeah, but
computer
what was
generated.
interesting at the time, I never had a fast enough internet connection or a good enough computer to do it. but you could build stuff in game, whatever, and people had these huge communities. You just do whatever for all that kind of stuff. So I thought it was really interesting that they kind of applied some of that sort of history
Yeah.
in gaming.
It did remind me a little bit of the failed project by Sony called PlayStation Home that released on PS3. You guys know what that is? PlayStation Home.
That-
You create an avatar that was supposed to be yourself, and you had an apartment, and you walked around in the social areas, and they even had a movie theater, and they even streamed E3 live in the theater where you could play as your avatar, go in the theater, sit down and watch E3.
Surrounded by all these other
So they kind of,
PlayStation.
yeah, and they did that. It was
breaking
a
into people's apartments.
PlayStation's, well, you couldn't do that, but
supposed
really
to be
couldn't do
happy.
much.
Figure it out.
It's supposed to be happy stuff, not
Criminal activity.
you really couldn't do much other than buy things with real money.
For your apartment.
Yeah. So it was a total flop. But it is February, so we have some new games for free.
Mhm.
If you are a Gold subscriber or a PS Plus subscriber
or a Game Pass subscriber.
or Game Pass, well, that's not really free.
Well, they just announced those. That's true. Yeah, but neither's gold.
You're
or
right.
PSN.
But
Just subscription-based for games.
the Game Pass ones, you don't get to keep in your library
Right.
forever.
That's true.
That's true.
The Gold ones and the PS Plus ones, you do. So games with Gold this month, you got Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is something I wanted to play last year, so I'm actually excited to get into that one. You have Super Bomberman R, Assassin's Creed Rogue,
I'm actually hyped for that one.
and Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. These are playable on Xbox One. Star Wars Jedi Knight is actually a Xbox title, an original. And Assassin's Creed Rogue is a 360 title, so these release at different time frames, so check Gold for when those come out. And on PS Plus, February's games are For Honor and Hitman: The Complete First Season. So February overall, you're getting a bunch of good games. Good month for gaming.
You enjoyed Hitman, didn't you?
Yeah, Hitman was alright. It's definitely not a bad game.
No, not at all. For Honor's a good game too.
Oh, only game I ever spiked my controller for.
Well, that's your own problem, my man.
It's competitive.
It is. Not a bad story either.
Not at all. But Assassin's Creed Rogue is actually the only console Assassin's Creed I've never played. So
I haven't played it either, so I'm kind of
Rogue
interested
is
to
the
check it
one
out.
where you play as the Templar.
correct. Rogue Assassin.
Yeah. That's
It's where
pretty
you
cool.
break Achilles' knee from Assassin's Creed 3. Connor's instructor.
Interesting.
So check it out if you're an
Everything
Assassin's Creed
ties
fan.
together.
It does. That's one
what
good
I've
thing
always
about
liked about them.
Ubi. So our last piece of news is going to lead us into our big topic for today, Kingdom Hearts 3. Over 5 million copies sold. That is the biggest number for Kingdom Hearts series. Okay, boys, you've been playing it. Let's talk about it. What do you like?
We should probably
Combat
talk about...
is-
No. Talk about the bad first, because the bad is
Let's talk about
smaller.
the bad first.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Okay,
it's,
we'll start with the bad. It's got some of the cringiest writing I've ever experienced in a video game.
Is it the writing or the voice acting?
No. It's the writing.
It's the writing.
Is
Is
the
it
writing?
the translation from the JRPG
No.
style?
It's the writing.
It's
And
because
voice acting doesn't help.
this is
but
how it's been explained to me, because we didn't play
let me
earlier
clarify that.
Kingdom Hearts.
Voice acting's good. Like, it's done well. It's the writing. The writing's cringy.
It is. But as it was explained to me, because it's Disney, it's targeted at a different audience. It's not targeted at us.
As full-grown adults.
My complaint for that is that Kingdom Hearts, the originals, were made so long ago that everybody that played them is now adult.
So why
So
not
I was
target that
hoping
audience?
for something to target that audience slightly. It's still an E for everybody game, so I understand.
I mean, Disney's
But it's
movies have always applied to both.
Exactly.
yeah,
Everyone.
that's
Yeah.
exactly how I pictured it. They threw things in there that children wouldn't get, that adults would get, and then it would make it something that
the
you
parents
could watch.
could get, right.
Yeah.
Enjoy the
This
movie.
is brutal. Just cringe beyond cringe. You can't watch it without just being like, "Ooh, that's hard."
I left the room. prominently.
Hercules was brutal. It just the whole scene. Every time I was like, "Okay, that's awful." But I've talked to a few people about it, Kingdom Hearts fanatics, and they said, look, this is just Kingdom Hearts. It's how it is.
It's what it is.
It's because of the fact that it's not targeted at adults. It's targeted at kids.
Yeah, but the Disney films are that way, and they're not cringe fests.
You're right. I enjoy Tangled very
was
much.
my
It brings it down
argument
to the
there,
writing.
because
right.
it was
the way it's written.
brutal.
Yeah.
But it was
What else is negative?
Couldn't
There
do
has to be more.
space traversal in the gummy ship was pretty horrendous.
Literally the worst flight mechanics I've ever any game I've ever touched, and it hurt me so badly because we had just played Star Fox, and the space flight in that game was spectacular. This game is you can't be moving forward.
Atlas?
Yeah, I think that's what he meant.
What did I say?
You said Star Fox.
Oh well,
I immediately knew you meant Starlink.
Yeah.
Starlink. Sorry, Battle for Atlas.
Starlink.
You're right.
It's very
Fox
good.
McCloud is in that.
Yes.
Not on mine.
But
That's so sad.
anyway,
But I beat it.
But in this game, you cannot be moving forward in space without using your boosters. So
Oh,
You
wow.
cannot
anytime
fly
you're trying
slowly
to make
forward.
You
like
can't like hover or anything.
yeah,
There are no
you just
quick-
stay in one spot.
You can't turn quick. That's out of
Is
the
it
question.
2D or 3D?
No, it's 3D. It's in that. Well,
Is it like a top down?
It
no,
wouldn't be.
It's from behind. It's like third person, like
So
the actual
3D.
game.
Yes, it's 3D. It wouldn't be so bad, except that in this space, you find very valuable things you need to, say, upgrade your Keyblade or forge the Ultima Blade. It's hell.
No.
Honestly, flying
What's
around is
worse for
terrible.
me is that there's combat in space, and in those combat, it goes to a good flight system.
It's very fun.
Wow.
The combat is good.
So
in
if they
space.
had maintained the
So what-
same mechanics
yeah,
between
just
the
have
two,
that system throughout.
it would have been perfect.
Right.
But they don't.
It's a separate system.
It's a completely different flight mechanic, and it's actually awful.
It's been a really long time since I played Kingdom Hearts. I think the first game that I played had the same sort of deal, but I don't remember it being that awful. But to be fair, it's been like over a
13
decade
years.
since
Right.
I've played it. So
Yeah.
No, the first
Long
time I
time.
touched this, I was like, Brennan was ahead of me, and he had already done this. And I was like, Brennan, what the fuck is this? Like, why can't I not move? And he's like, oh, you got to do this. And I was like, I got to what? And
Doesn't
he's
make
like,
it
he
any
was so upset.
I was just like, I'm not touching this. This is garbage. And then I
I was like,
explored
yeah,
space
well,
because you
gotta
got
do the treasure
space is
vaults.
like the area where you're gonna find. This is like your farming, your grind area is space.
Oh, that's the grind.
Yes,
Not for levels, to be fair. The ship
It's-
has its own level
it's
system.
items.
Oh, yeah, okay.
it like you find like
So this is the material.
But the
grind.
rarest
Yes.
materials in the game, you
Yes.
find them here.
and it is just like I was like, Brennan, I'm not doing this. This is garbage. And this
So
was right
that
after I'd
is-
shut off the stream, and I was like, what is this?
That is unfortunate. What else is bad?
Cutscenes.
The
lasted
length
forever.
of the
There's
cutscenes
literally 15
and
minutes
the
of cutscenes
amount.
straight.
Multiple times my controller shut itself off because I was just sitting there.
So if it wasn't cringy, you would have enjoyed it more.
No,
Maybe, but I'm not a huge fan of cutscene heavy games anyway.
it
Like,
completely defeated.
Mass Effect
like,
is
it
the
blew away the
perfect
flow.
amount of cutscene for me. Like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Mhm.
They hit the perfect
Yeah, there's a
kinda
very good balance.
So this one,
balance.
every world you came to, you started with a cutscene. You'd have like a middle central cutscene discussing things with your group, and then you'd get to a boss battle, and you'd have a cutscene before and a cutscene after every single world,
And then the
and that's
end
just
cutscene.
one formula
and
all
then
the way
an
through.
end cutscene. Yes, except
And then
until you
after
got,
the world,
well, this is spoiler stuff, but
there was
Yeah,
another
don't
cutscene.
spoil it.
there's no real spoilers here. But basically, when you get to the final stuff, there's your cutscene going into the boss fight. You get a little ways into the boss fight. There's another cutscene. You finish the boss fight. There's another cutscene, and then there's a cutscene bringing you into the next boss fight.
So
And
I
it's
noticed.
just brutal.
I noticed in some of your videos that I've been watching, you guys can see his videos and Brennan's videos on our channel, youtube.com/The Society. Some of these, when you go from the battle to the cutscene, there are loading times,
Mm-hmm.
and it just slows everything down.
And that's
That
the
is
biggest issue.
exactly what I
There's
said.
no
The flow
of the game.
never held me once. And that's really what pulls me through games. I mean, luckily I just had my wisdom teeth cut out, so I didn't have much else to do besides Kingdom Hearts.
So everything was slow for you to begin with, and you still couldn't handle it.
But honestly, if anything else is out right now, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I would not have been able to beat it in the amount of time
Which
I
is
did.
sad to say because it
It
has
is.
some of the best combat I've ever played in any game.
I wouldn't even say some. I would say probably the best combat I've ever played.
So
in
let's
any
talk
game.
about the good.
Okay.
Right, so good. Magic makes you feel super OP, and I love it. That is the end.
Anyway,
Very solid.
I want to start with actually the story, because the storyline, separate from the writing and the cutscenes, was good. Everything made sense. It flowed well, and the way
made
they worked.
sense. Okay.
Did you
made
just
sense
say
in Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts story made sense?
Made sense. At one point, there were 4 Rikus on the screen, and I was like, Brennan, what is going on? He's like, well,
I said, that's Riku holding Riku, talking to
holding
Riku, going back to Riku's
I
real
was like-
universe.
I was like, oh, what now? He's like, I don't know either.
Just keep playing.
I was like, all right. But it
Actually,
made
my
sense in
exact
Kingdom
words were,
Hearts.
I'm just the guy who clicks A here. I don't understand what's happening.
Everything, I love the way they worked in. I've always loved the way they work in Disney, and the way they did it in this game is really well done. I love the people each movie they picked was excellent.
Monster Inc.
Monster
Huge fan.
Inc. is my
Yeah, I'm a
favorite
huge fan of
world.
that, too.
That was my favorite world. Just the way Sora looked was incredible. Really well
Tangled.
done.
I'm also a huge Tangled fan.
Yeah, not
Really
so
well
much.
done.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, those are my
Tangled
two
is
right
one
there.
of my favorite actual Disney movies.
Yeah, not me.
Pixar. It's just the way they did that is incredible. The combat is so smooth and fluid. You watch the stream and it's just
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, I liked it a
so
lot.
good. I didn't even use the magic stuff because Brennan had gone magic. I wanted to go Keyblade. The Keyblade designs are just incredible. Everything they do, the Frozen one.
Keyblade
If you haven't
is
got
the
it
best in the
yet,
game.
get it. It's incredible. It's got the 2 form changes that do. It's so well done and it looks so cool.
Very smooth.
It's just
The attractions that they let you do, that's like the ship ride and
Yeah,
stuff.
those
that
are really cool.
function as
I like those.
attacks.
Those are like special attacks, right?
Yep.
Is that what they
So you
gotta
have
build
to
up that
hit-
meter.
So
you have to
there's
hit the. There's one enemy in a green kind of
like a circle
bullseye
timer
type thing. You have to hit them to unlock the.
before the timer runs out.
Yep.
And that gets you the attraction for the fight. And you can get multiple. There are restrictions you meet for grand magic, which is you just deal magic damage like regular. Once you hit a certain part, you can unleash a grand spell, which doesn't take any MP and usually wipes out the entire battlefield. So that's always fun. The Microsoft Keyblade, the one that came for Xbox, was Thunder based, and Thunder is my favorite magic in the game, so it worked out really well.
Yeah.
Plus, it was really cool to see little Xbox symbols pop off the things when you
Every
whack them
time
with
you
it.
hit, it was
Nice
very well.
touch.
Combat is
Right.
truly some of the best you will ever play in any game. I just wish the flow of the game had kept me interested because it was brutal at times.
Any tips for the beginners?
Go magic. You're gonna enjoy the game a lot more. You're gonna be seeing the really big. You're gonna have armies of enemies coming at you, and you'll just wipe them. Keyblade is super fun, and you're doing a lot of damage,
But it's slower paced,
Yeah.
obviously, because you gotta one by one slaughter them all
and my favorite Keyblades in the game were all magic based. The Frozen one,
easily.
what was it?
Ever After, that's the Tangled one.
the Tangled
Yep.
one.
It
They're
is
all magic based.
So broken for some things, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. If you want to do any of the mini games that require you to fight anything, use the Ever After. I'm going to tell you that right now. That's an
'Cause
easy
you get
tip.
that form change off, you're set.
You
You're
kill
getting
everything.
the high score. I mean,
We're going to have a video coming out with all the lucky emblems. I'm going to do one world at a time. Brennan actually went through and found them all, so that's my
all
next.
90
That's
And
my
you-
next mission.
And what's the purpose of those?
unlocks a secret ending.
Yep.
So
the
you're
lucky
definitely going to want to
emblems.
tune in to see
That's
that.
also going to be on our YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be there. Also, we're going to be posting our first video review, and that's going to be covering Kingdom Hearts 3. So look forward to that. That'll probably, by the time you hear this, it may be posted.
Mhm.
So head over to youtube.com/The Society and check out that review and let us know what you think. And unfortunately, that is all the time we have this week. I want to thank you all for listening. Thank you guys for joining the panel.
Of course.
And I can't wait to talk to you guys again next week.
See you then, buddy.
See you later.
See you then.